Tough time never lasts. Only tough people last.
You guys ready for something creepy? Ready? I have my phone slightly to the left. It's so weird. I don't know why I never thought to orient the camera like this. I always try to yeah, it's funny. I always try to this is so random. Why am I even talking about this? Screw it. I said this channel is for my random thoughts that I be having. I try to orientate my body like with the direction of the phone, or like I try to orient my body and the phone to line up exactly. And I keep forgetting that the camera of your phone is, once you turn it landscape mode, the camera is at the end of the phone, so you're not in a straight shot. So I always be shuffling around and try to find a middle point, when I realize just literally find where I want to sit, try to get like some symmetry, and then line up the angle. It's kind of still not entirely in the middle. I kind of want it like right here, slightly like this. It's kind of what I was going for. Door in the middle, and then these. Yeah. Everything I be doing, man, is with intention. So if you ever see anything I put out, everything is either intentional or just I'm in a flow. But man, it's been a minute since I threw a video on this channel. I was holding back for a bit putting out a video for you guys on this channel, because after I did my Panic video, man, you motherfuckers rolled in from over on Panic side, and that scared the shit out of me, because for myself, I wasn't expecting to it was that video was just like a release for me. So when I think about what this channel is, it's like, I just hope y'all know I am nowhere near on that man's level in terms of study and like just what this man retains in his mind. Hell nah. I took the best from what he's put out and really like made it work for me. Like I said, a lot of the things that he would talk about were things that I already knew before I even discovered him. And honestly, it furthered helped me convince myself of what we are. But lately, that's kind of why I'm making this video, is what I want to talk about is, man, I've been it feels like another sort of what they call like the dark night of the soul. It feels like I'm going through that for real right now. I'm definitely in this just in this weird spot where it feels like my why do I want to say it like that? I was about to say imaginativity, but it feels like my imagination is like on a whole nother spectrum. Like, I already have a really pretty wild and strong imagination as it is. I feel like for creation, anything, you need to have a strong imagination. It's like while I walk around outside, I'm literally seeing everything as like a game. And I've done this since a kid, because I've been a heavy gamer. It's like even why it was even the basis on why I started my YouTube channel, Lunar Was Lost, was breaking down games. And I ended up like literally just through everything I learned through BOB, Panic, myself, is just that it truly is willpower, and just like cause and effect, all of this shit. It's just it's so amazing. It is really so amazing what coming into this can do for somebody. But holy shit, does your world fall apart first, man. It's insane, dude. And that's kind of what I'm getting on here to talk about. So I wanna let Panic rest. Of course, I don't wanna keep invoking this motherfucker's name. But I just want to get on here and say, just for any of you that may keep subscribing, I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. I just in case there are any expectations for me, I'm just going to get on here and be like real from where I'm at. But like I said, lately, feels like I've been being tested on everything I know. Like, it's you versus you at the end of the day. And I actually had this conversation with my brother from another mother last night about how he was like, bro, look, all of this shit is us. Like, we'll say something, and we won't even say it in front of something that's like literally like recording our voice. But who knows what's even recording your voice anymore? And an ad will pop up next. I think probably the best way to explain this synchronicity, where like we know the world is a projection of our mind, is we'll talk about an idea, or we'll talk about doing something, and then all of a sudden we'll randomly come across a YouTuber who is now doing that idea or is doing something along the lines, and it's just like, wow. It's just like constant reminders that you got to be on your game. And when I gotta invoke him again, when Panic would talk about that, the only real important thing is this work that you got to get done in yourself and knowing thyself. It's like, dude, that became such a real reality before I knew him, and before my bro knew him, just before all this. Like, when we reawoken, I'll say, I noticed how much on top of yourself you gotta be. Like, I thought I was on top of myself before, but it felt like it became a whole new ball game, dude. Like, I've grown up not the person, like, dude, I've been called nigger, so like, let it go. I was dating this one, like, I'll say it's Snow Bunny, but she was really close to me at the time, and I remember her like little brothers and sisters were from, I think they were from a different dad, I can't remember, but I remember the dad didn't want the kids around me because he did not like black people, had bad experiences, whatever. But then over time, literally, and I'll leave that a testament to truly us just being the light beings, is over time he started to come around because he's seen my character, and he's seen how much the kids love me. And that story sticks with me, and I like to tell that story and retell my stories, because it's like, way before like I knew like any of got really deep back into this knowledge, and like the knowledge was finding me and shit, because I really had a hunger to know, was I seen a lot of this shit that I ended up learning was shit that was naturally going on with me. But now it's like, it's funny, like I can apply the science or like the mythologies to it. So I say mythologies because like I could see some of the stories and how things were playing out in my life. It was freaking crazy, because different mythologies were the first thing I was into, and I was fortunate enough not to have like a family going to church or put me in church. So, we chose what we came here to experience. So like everything I've been going through and will continue to go through and blah, 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 I knew I had to be set up to not have my path be a church like background. And that's no shade at anyone that has, whatever they chose to experience. Like, hey, you came to do what you had to do. But I feel like I don't even got to say that for those who are picking up on what I'm saying right now. So it's like I don't got to beat around the bush with those who are on this channel. I feel like and find this channel is just like, I'm being real, bro. Okay, that right there was pretty sick. So a lot of the numbers I see, funny enough, when I came into knowing like the Nikola Tesla thing and the whole 369 and all those numbers, I started seeing them everywhere, like 963, 369, everywhere, on clocks, on license plates, everything. And just now, as I was saying that, I had remembered that I set an alarm to go off and my recording in my phone cut off right before the time that the alarm was going to go off, almost like it was, or my, like, as far as I know, that's not a real feature to the phone. Like, it like literally looked like my phone reset itself, and I was like, what? Then I looked at the time and I was like, yo, it's giving me a reminder that I put this just so I don't miss what I got to do. So I'm coming up on the end here. I'm not gonna keep y'all too long for this video, but yeah, man, I didn't want to get on here to just feel like, just to tell that I feel like I was being tested, but I just feel like, man, you know, like what me and my brother talked about last night, how he was like, dude, like, we know this shit is all us, and it's like, it's testing, like, we can know how much we're willing to take, or we know what our limits would be, blah blah blah. We were going through the whole thing, and then, you know, and I think about what he said, and I was like, yo, you know what, I think you're right, I'm not going hard enough, right? Because I feel like in this game, right, convincing yourself of all this being real, avoiding distractions, avoiding the illusions, avoiding the media, like the you know, the false news, using your discernment, all of that, all of those levels, it's like you get to a level, and I know I don't have to rush this out, actually. No, we're gonna keep going, because the timing will be fine. I know it'll stop at a proper time. Trying to collect this all back and get it all together, is you hit a level after you start really becoming aware. You know, you just gain more awareness, and more awareness, and it's like you know, when you get these points that, like, I'm at right now, where I'm feeling like, bro, it feels like, you know, stuff's falling apart. Some people have said it's like a tower moment in your life where everything has to tower before it gets better. But you know what I'm realizing is, not only that, it's also, you know, since all of this is us, it's that moment in your life where your conscious in your body and everything is just telling you, are you gonna push that extra mile to really, like, are you really gonna, like, take that step to go from almost like, it's almost like it's that constant change. It's like you're gonna take your average mindset to a literally, like, almost like legendary super like superhuman fucking mindset, and now you're gonna take this shit to overlord level. Like, now you need to take this up a notch. Like, now it's time to have unshakable will, unshakable courage, unshakable bravery, unshakable, like, just no fear, unshakable just love for yourself, unshakable confidence in yourself and what you know, and your faith in yourself. And, like, you know, it's like these moments, these, like, this towerish feeling moment is like that moment where it's telling you, are you gonna break the mold? Are you really gonna That's funny timing. Yo, you know what's crazy? This has been so random. This has been happening every day. Like, that's another weird synchronicity that I started noticing. Don't know if it's like a problem with the person's car, but same time every single day without fail, it goes off around this time. It's the most random shit, and it just makes the world feel like even less real, bro. Like, some of these shits are really just programs that people are going through every day. But anyways, last thing I wanted to say too before I get out of here, and I'm gonna try to speed through this because I do want to record something else on top of this, and I don't want to have to stop, do what I gotta do, and come back to this video. The last thing I wanted to get out in this video is through this moment of feeling like intense pressure, intense, like, spiritual pressure, intense pressure of myself, is like I've been feeling like one of the, actually not feeling like, I've been feeling like making a video on has anyone had that feeling, like, when you went through conscious work and spiritual work? Trying to find the words as I'm trying to speed up, but have you guys ever felt that when you went through this whole awakening, it was almost like re-finding yourself? Like, your whole personality got, like, wiped away. It was an ego death, right? Your everything you've been programmed with, everything might have slipped away, and then all of a sudden you came back, or you're trying to, like, now pick up the pieces of what you once were. Because I realized that through my journey of doing the channel Lunar Was Lost, I was already aware of this stuff going on. You know, this is around the time where I had, like, kind of in the middle, message B.O.B. and he told me the shit about the cause and effect. I just like to use that story for like, because that really inspired me to not play around when he responded. And then I didn't, and it paid out with YouTube, because I feel like that's my purpose, to, you know, do stuff with games, like just feel like get to a point. So that's actually what I want to talk about with the evolving mindset. I feel like I'm getting to the point where I need to take that channel to the level where I can now feel like and finally let go and be like, I have already done this. I am this. It's no longer feeling like I'm creating and trying to hit a level. It's like, I am that level. I am this. I've done this. And I have, but I need to truly embody it and feel it so that I know for a fact I've let it go. Because I remember when I stepped away from the channel, again, so many people were like, oh, you know, we'll be right here when you come back, all this, or, you know, I didn't know if I was going to come back, but there was this aching at me, and that I still went on to make new channels and still post like 50 more videos, where I was like, no, there's something in me that needs to get to this state where I need to master this, so I know that I am this, and I can let it go. Like, it's like, that's what my path is almost leading me on. But back to that a little bit, I hope I didn't confuse y'all a little bit. And going off, that's how my mind works. It's like chaotic. But jumping back to that point that I said, did y'all ever feel like you had to gather that part of yourself back when you came into spirituality, where it was like, because me, I'm a really sarcastic, like, asshole. It's funny. Like, I feel like my sarcasticness kind of balances out my looks, because, you know, like my sarcasm and weirdness balance out my looks, because, example, all for my life, I've been being called handsome my entire fucking life. This, girls not thinking my Tinder profile is real, things like that. And what had me weak was, you know, like, if it's not that story, it's either like, because of how good I look, sometimes they're like, oh, I could be a fuckboy, blah, blah, blah. And I balance it out with either being just like the defense mechanism. I'm either overly sarcastic, overly weird, to like break that. That's kind of like how I always seen it when I was younger. But anyways, this is all to come back and say, have y'all ever had that feeling where it's just like you're like trying to pick back the pieces of your personality, or do you feel like it's just to kind of dive headfirst in and create this new self-concept of yourself with everything you've learned and see what comes out of that? Or is it really to take everything you've learned and kind of, I don't want to say in a way, go back to what you were, you know, go back to what you were, but to almost like become what you were, but better? So it's like, I shouldn't lose the sarcasm, I shouldn't lose the joking side of myself, because it feels like I did view the world as a comedian, man. Like, you know, I'm an entertainer, so I'm always joking around, always fucking around, but it almost feels like I fuck around less because of everything I've learned. And I wonder if that's the part of me that is almost like, though I don't have a religion, is like religifying the knowledge I've learned. And I've asked myself this question all the time. Or is it I just take myself much more serious now? Even though I took myself serious before, that's why I got a lot of respect when I was younger. You know, like, but I don't know. It's like I have a lot of respect for myself, so that was like echoed back. I don't know. You know, and I think about this because, I mean, putting myself out online, I'm gonna be an entertainer to some degree, so it's like, now, because of like everything I learned with spirituality, do I gotta dial it back, or do I just go full force? Now is it even more reason to go even more ham, because none of this shit is real? So now it's even more reason to go even more off, to see just how crazy I could get in a channel and not care, because none of this is real anyway. So these are things I'm always constantly thinking about now. So yeah, that's it. That's it for me. Thank you guys if you watched this far, by the way. Like, if you watched this far, seriously, put down below, I'm the beginning, middle, and end. And then after you put the I am the beginning, middle, and end, put whatever else you say to, you know, confuse the people who haven't gotten this far. Anyways, thank y'all so much. I will see y'all in the next little video I shoot, and I'm out. Peace.